In this video, I will share the stories of 4 American women that were murdered brutally by illegal aliens that already had criminal records in their country. 2 of them were captured and released and committed a crime against a 12-year-old girl. These are just a few stories that are available about the crimes that these illegal aliens commit against our citizens. It's brutal. I feel like if you want to be vetted into this country, that you can't have a criminal record from another one. And I feel like if you were vetted into this country and you commit a crime like these ones, that you're banned for life. I stand with ICE because I'm all for America first. I think we need to clean it up at home before we invite other people in here. And I think that people that come in here that aren't invited, they're fucking burglars. Those are burglars coming into our home. I'd like to ask these people that are standing out in Minneapolis looking like fucking idiots in Minnesota, look like fucking clowns. I wonder how many of them have a house full of illegal aliens that are laying in their beds, eating their food, spending their money. I wonder how many of them have that. And I wonder why they don't. Because if they don't, they're hypocrites. See, this is the way I look at it. This is my house. I'm sitting in my house that I work hard to pay for and that I want to come home to and relax and chill and be safe. If 5 or 6, 7, 8, if a bunch of people start crawling in my windows and coming through my door and coming down my chimney, and they want to go in my kitchen and eat my food, and they want to flirt with my wife, they want to drive my car around, they want my clothes, they want everything. They want it all. They want me to hand it to them. I'm telling them to get the fuck out, and if they don't get the fuck out, I will make them get out. You know, these people in Minneapolis are stupid. Renee Good, when she blocked that road, she wanted to stop ICE agents from possibly removing some people like the ones that you're getting ready to see in the 4 stories ahead. She's all for a 12-year-old being followed and raped. She's all for a grandmother watching her car be jacked and trying to stop it and getting run over, killed by it. She's all for 2 women who can't even go out and jog without some perverted ass camel jockey wetback motherfucker that ain't supposed to be here. Am I racist? I guess these type of people I am, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Criminals that come into our house don't even have enough decency to wipe their feet on the way in. See, so if ICE comes to Dayton and I hear people honking horns and whistling whistles and fucking with them, I'll be involved. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to crack your head open with that tire iron, but you were coming at me with a bullhorn. Yeah. Self-defense. So that's why I've got my videos up that seem hateful about Renee Good, because fuck her. And fuck her old lady too. And I say they ought to bury her by herself and bury some more plots around it for other motherfuckers that put their cars in the way of ICE. That's what she gets. She fucked around, found out, didn't she? Well, these 4 women in these next stories, they didn't fuck around, but they sure found out. They found out what open borders are about. Each and every one of you that are protesting against ICE are fucking idiots. Every one of you. Idiots. You need a good swift kick in the fucking ass is what you need. We don't need this trash here. And we don't need these people in Minneapolis that are acting like damn fools out here. Acting like fools. Fuck Renee Good. She wanted to block off the road to stop these ICE officers from possibly grabbing one of these motherfuckers right here and getting them out of our country. Look at these clowns. Look how happy they look. Thanks, America, for helping us out. Thank you. We appreciate coming here and getting the handouts. Thank you for them food stamps. Now I'm going to follow your daughter and molest her. That's what these people that stand up for Renee Good are standing up for. And if they think that if they think they're going to stop ICE, you better get a lunch, big boy. You better get a lunch, big boy. Because if I see him, I'm going to tell him, drive, baby, drive.
When she brought a pigeon into my apartment, she definitely was a huge animal lover. She definitely wanted every stray animal to have a home. I didn't really understand how they were here, why they were here, and the fact that they were here and weren't allowed to be here, but yet felt the need to be allowed to take Jocelyn's life. I felt betrayed by my country.
And we're told that they were illegal immigrants here that had been caught previously and were still allowed to travel within the United States and made their way down here to Houston to take my granddaughter's life. Angry.
Grateful that we have an administration in place to make changes and to see the hurting that we've gone through, that other families have gone through, and to know that we matter, Jocelyn mattered.
Blessed and grateful that we have an administration now in office that's going to fight for us, and that we have a support system.
It's incredible to know that we are able to have somewhere to lean on. We have people to call when we don't know how to navigate this, because this is not something we should be able to navigate on our own. We should have the immense amount of support from our government, and that's what this office is going to do.
Because of you, there's hope. Because of you, we have support. Because of you, we have fight and we have change. I'm just sorry change came a little too late for us. Jocelyn would always tell her mom she was going to be famous someday. Never knew it was going to be with her life.
On Monday, the jury in the Rachel Morin murder trial was shown graphic photos of the victim, her injuries, and the crime scene. The images, some quite gruesome, published to a pair of big TV screens in the second-floor courtroom during testimony from witnesses for the prosecution. A volunteer searcher said she and a friend followed a path of bloody rocks and leaves to find Rachel Morin's body in a storm tunnel near the Monpaw Trail. The jury also heard that volunteers' frantic call to 911 alerting police to the crime scene and testimony from detectives who secured that scene and collected evidence from it, including hair, blood, feces, and DNA swabs from the victim's body and the walls of the tunnel.
I noticed that they were crying a little bit, and they certainly, some of them it's tough for them, some of them they can't look at them. The others want to see because they want to be able to sort of get through this part of the grieving process of seeing how bad it was, and now they have some, I guess, security or knowing in their mind what exactly happened so they can move past it.
Prosecution witness testimony was graphic, but it was also quite powerful. And during cross-examination, defense attorneys tried to chip away at it, tried to poke any hole they could possibly find, and tried, but failed, to float the idea that DNA evidence was improperly collected. The trial...
Suspect 14856, clear. 14828, next code 45500, investigating 33 employees in the building. 8X2, 8X2, see the man. That's right. We just received a call from a Cecilia who's advising that she has located the missing subject on the Montauk. Caller is standing by at that location. That's far. Reference to Montauk, caller is advising that the victim appears to have sustained a head injury. They have been instructed not to touch anything. She's inside.
In the tranquil settings of the popular Ma and Pa Heritage Trail in Bel Air, Maryland, 37-year-old fitness enthusiast Rachel Morin embarked on her routine walk. But as night began to fall, she remained unaccounted for, prompting her frantic boyfriend to alert the authorities about her puzzling disappearance. Tips and leads surged in from every corner, yet despite officers interviewing countless individuals, no clear suspect emerged. He undergone a number of twists and turns. Let's dive into the case of Rachel's last walk. Rachel Morin was born on May 20th, 1986. She hailed from Dover, New Hampshire, but later settled in Bel Air, Maryland. As a dedicated single mother of 5, family always came first for Rachel. She was serious about health and fitness, regularly participating in 5K runs and enjoying weightlifting. Rachel also had a penchant for travel, having explored destinations like Miami, Aruba, Las Vegas, and New England. Those who knew her best described her as a woman of faith who was the life of the party and who had a special knack for making others laugh. Rachel held a firm belief that mere dreaming wasn't enough. One should actively chase their aspirations. Reflecting this mindset, she updated her Facebook cover photo on February 18, 2023, to an evocative graphic that read, "Risk can be dangerous, but routine can be deadly. Comfort has killed more dreams than daring." Both made it Facebook official on August 1st. 4 days later, after a Saturday afternoon workout together at Planet Fitness, Richard dropped Rachel off at her home around 5 p.m. She later drove 10 minutes to a Ma and Pa Heritage Trail entrance around 6 p.m. for a walk. However, by 7 p.m., Rachel's children and Richard grew concerned when she didn't respond to text messages or calls.
Count 1, malice murder. I sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. Count 2 will be vacated as a matter of operation of law. Count 3, vacated by operation of law. Count 4, vacated by operation of law. Count 5, life in prison consecutive to count 1. Count 6, 20 years to serve consecutive to count 5. Count 7 will merge with count 1. Count 8, 12 months consecutive to count 6. Strike that. 12 months, but I don't want it to 6. This should be consecutive. Count 9, 12 months consecutive. Count 10, 5 years consecutive to count 6. So that would mean the misdemeanors would come after the felonies. That will be the sentence. Mr. Ibarra, I will advise you that you have
I cry every day.
It is a pain unlike any Jason Riley has ever felt.
I wish I could have been there to protect her.
Mourning the loss of his 22-year-old daughter, Laken, who was murdered last month while jogging on campus at the University of Georgia. Do you remember the last conversation you had with her?
We just talked about how she was doing in school. I wake up every day thinking, you know, that I can call her, and I can't.
Laken was a marathon runner studying nursing with dreams of one day working with children, her dad says. A Venezuelan migrant who entered the U.S. illegally in 2022 is now charged with her murder, officials say. The suspect has not yet pled in the case. Records show a prior arrest in New York and a citation for shoplifting in Georgia, but he was never deported. Do you think a difference in immigration policy would have made a difference for Laken?
We have no idea if that would have changed anything, but I do know that he might not have been here had we had secure borders.
Laken Riley's name has become a battle cry in the partisan fight over border politics, reaching a fever pitch at the State of the Union earlier this month.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
Days later, her mom and stepfather meeting with former President Trump.
It's incited people who are going to have a vote in November, and I think it's being used politically to get those votes.
How do you feel about that?
It makes me angry. She should be raised up for the person that she is.
What do you want the world to know about her?
Just how amazing she was. She was one of us.
Oh, Jesus Christ. A driver's dash cameras capture the wild aftermath and desperate getaway attempt of a man who just stole that SUV from a grandmother, ran her over, and killed her with her own vehicle. I'm going to bring you back to that video in just a second, but first I think it's important that you see this other clip. This is surveillance video from inside of a 7-Eleven store in Sterling, Virginia, back on July 28th, 2024. At the register, 54-year-old Melody Waldecker. She's a grandmother from Silver Spring, Maryland. She was in Sterling to help her ailing mother, according to prosecutors. Melody was only poking into the store quickly, so she left her car running, which is right outside of the front door. Now, through the windows, we can see a guy walk up and jump into Melody's SUV. She sees it too. She runs out of the store, tries to stop him. She grabs the door handle, but he throws it in gear and drags her to the ground. This video was used in court as evidence, and it stops right there. I wouldn't show you what happens next, even if I had that video, because that's when prosecutors say the carjacker throws the vehicle into drive, and runs Melody over, kills her right there in a 7-Eleven parking lot, and then he guns it. Car cops. State and local police went on a hunt for the man who left Melody Waldecker dying in a 7-Eleven parking lot, and they eventually found him. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office arrested Jose Aguilar Martinez, who was 21 years old at the time. He was visiting Virginia from California, but he is not in the country legally. Last week, Aguilar Martinez accepted a plea agreement with Loudoun County prosecutors, pleading guilty to first-degree murder and several other felonies. Now, no agreement was made as it relates to his sentence, which will be decided by the court in March of next year. Once Jose Aguilar Martinez was arrested, ICE issued an immigration detainer on him, which is the first civil step in the deportation process. Now, the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office has a mildly controversial 287G agreement, which allows for some local cooperation with federal immigration agents, and the Loudoun County Sheriff himself is a vocal supporter of President Trump. However, in the past, the Loudoun County Sheriff has told me that in situations like this, it would be his preference that criminals serve their time locally before federal immigration begins the deportation process. As it stands right now, Aguilar Martinez has pled guilty to first-degree murder and several other felonies, and he will be sentenced by the circuit court in March of next year.
As the killer pleaded guilty.
New video that you'll only see on News 4 tonight shows the moments before a horrific murder in Sterling, Virginia last summer. At the register inside of this 7-Eleven store is 54-year-old Melody Waldecker. Watch through the window and you can see a man get into that running vehicle parked right outside of the front door. That's Waldecker's vehicle that she left running. She runs out to try to stop the carjacking. She grabs the door handle and the carjacker slams the car into gear and drags Waldecker to the ground. This is where the video stops, but prosecutors say the carjacker then threw the SUV into drive and ran Waldecker over, killing her with her own vehicle. Now we cut to another video from a bystander's vehicle. A couple driving by at the moment of the crime witnessed the crime, then saw the suspect speed off, first cutting behind them, then speeding off past them. This all happened on July 28, 2024, near the town center at Sterling. Deputies say Waldecker died on the scene. They say she was a grandmother from Silver Spring who came to Loudoun County that day to visit her ailing mother. After a manhunt, police arrested 21-year-old Jose Aguilar Martinez, who was in the country illegally and visiting Virginia from California. Today in Loudoun County Court, Aguilar Martinez accepted a plea agreement, pleading guilty to first-degree murder and multiple other felonies. Shortly after his arrest, ICE issued an immigration detainer on Jose Aguilar Martinez, which is the first step in the deportation process. Now, here in Loudoun County, the Sheriff's Office has a 287G agreement with ICE, which allows local deputies to work with federal immigration officers to a certain extent. But in the past, Sheriff Mike Chapman has told me it's his preference that criminals serve their time before they're potentially deported out of the country. As it stands now, Jose Aguilar Martinez will be sentenced in March on that first-degree murder conviction.
I wish there was a way to show you pictures of her and what she looked like, what the crime scene looked like. It's the most brutal crime that has happened in Maryland that they can even remember. Her children are having a hard time. All of us as a family are having a hard time. We have nightmares. And I want to tell you another story. This story happened, I'll make it really short, in 1975. There was a 14-year-old girl who was abducted from her house by a criminally insane man. She was kidnapped. She walked 60 miles towards the Canadian border with this man. No food, no water, walked through the woods. At night, she was raped multiple times. The parents and the police did not expect to find this girl, and if they did not expect to find her alive. I'm that teenager, and I can tell you that what I suffered as a teenager at the hand of a criminally insane man is nothing compared to the horrors that my daughter suffered. And it's because of these open
You can see it right here on the Homeland Security website, as of August 6, 2025. The strength and resilience of victims as affected by crimes committed by illegal aliens. Families shattered by murder. Children subjected to sexual abuse and exploitation. Women brutalized and law enforcement officers targeted simply for doing their job. Let's take a look at some of the other ones here, just quickly and briefly. These cases are just a glimpse into the harm criminal illegal aliens have caused in communities across the country. DHS remains committed to supporting all victims and families impacted by illegal alien crime and to making America safe again. DH law enforcement is protecting American communities every day from other senseless tragedies like these taking place in another town, to another family. Victims of an illegal alien may receive support from the Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement, VOICE, by contacting 1-855-488-6423. You can look at those stories up here on the Homeland Security website. Yeah, my question would be to these idiots in fucking Minneapolis that are fighting against the ICE agents that are trying to get these pieces of shit out of our country. What would you say to these people's families? What would you say? That's what I'm about. Fuck a Renee Good. Fuck her. Fuck all them fools that are out there in Minnesota acting like idiots. Fuck them all. You talking about we don't have any sympathy? Renee Good wanted to stop ICE from getting people out of the country that could possibly kill someone, 12-year-old kid. Can't go jogging in the park. Can't stop at the store and grab something real quick without some fucking idiot, some fucking wetback rug from Venezuela that's not supposed to be here. So if these people weren't here, if the borders weren't open, all of these people would be alive, and none of these people here would have suffered because we let trash into our country. Trash. And all you fucking people that are out here in Minnesota, you're all trash, every one of you. They pull that shit in Dayton. You come to my city. Block off ICE in my city. Because I'll proudly stand right next to them. Oops, I didn't mean to hit you in the head with that car, Jack. I thought you was coming after me. I was trying to help these officers right here. Motherfuckers.